Feel free to give an introduction of yourself, and then we'll go on into the questions.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. First of all, my name is LaDonna Jempson. I am your current council member for the City of Moreno Valley, District 1. Soy bilingüe. Mi nombre es LaDonna Jempson de el Concilio de la Ciudad de Moreno Valley, de Distrito 1. I want to share with you who I am. First of all, I am you. It doesn't matter if you're black, brown, green, or white. I am you. I have been a resident of this community for 31 years. And not just a resident, but an active community member, which is very important because that is why people trust me and that is why people know me. In addition to being a resident for 31 years, I've been married to my husband, Jackie Jempson, a mother to 4 children and 2 grandchildren. And once again, I would like to emphasize a very active member in our community. Professionally, I'm a human resources manager. I have been for 24 years. I'm currently an HR manager in the city of Riverside. So I feel the professionalism that comes with HR is a major asset to the community and to City Council.
Why did you run for City Council 2 years ago?
The decision was made because I'm not the kind of person that complains and does nothing about it. And so it was extremely important to me that the areas that I felt the city needed to improve on, I wanted to be able to be part of that and do that. But most importantly, it was the residents of the community that came to me. They asked me to run. They said they could think of no one else that would do a better job that they actually trusted than myself. And that's what makes the difference, because the #1 priority for me is being accessible, visual, and available to my constituents. That's very important to me, and I've shown to do that in the last 2 years.
What do you hope to accomplish in this next term?
Well, there was so much that I wanted to do, and believe me, I've done a lot in 2 years, but I can do so much more in 4. One of the items that I am passionate about, that I have led a community council in the city of Moreno Valley, is a youth opportunity center. And what that means is it's comparable to a Boys and Girls Club. It just doesn't have the actual trademark of the National Boys and Girls Club. But the hopes are to have an all-inclusive, one-stop shop for our youth. We understand our youth is the future of our community. And so what I would like to see happen is that we have all the nonprofits that are providing services and resources for our youth to actually be under the same roof. So in order for that Youth Opportunity Center to be successful, we want it to be a safe haven. We want to provide tutoring, mentoring, and fun time, someplace where they can go instead of being on the streets, waiting for their parents to come home because they're on the freeway, coming home from work. They need to be somewhere that they can feel they trust the people that they're amongst. And so a Youth Opportunity Center is #1 for me. We are very close. We know that it takes money, it takes revenue, it takes support. The support is there. We're working with a current investor who may be able to provide an opportunity for a building so that we can move in and provide that one-stop shop for a Youth Opportunity Center for our future leaders of the community.
Let's talk about a very controversial topic. That is the world of logistics centers in this location and the developers behind it. What do you think about that?
Well, for those of you who don't know, the vote on the World Logistics Center has come and gone. I was one of the 2 that voted against the World Logistics Center. I have not mixed words as to why I did that. I felt it was too large of a facility. The impact to our community would be major. We don't have the streets and the infrastructure to support that big of a facility. And we can call it logistics, We can call it whatever we want, but the bottom line is it's warehouses. And the only thing that makes it logistics, there's imported product coming to the ports, coming to the warehouses. That's the only difference. There's no manufacturing going on. It's strictly racking of product. Will there be higher tech positions? Absolutely, but there will be few. But as far as I'm concerned, jobs are important. For a young person who chooses not to go into higher education, a job at a warehouse is important to them. And I think that's wonderful that we have the ability to do that. In Moreno Valley, just in the last 2 years that I've been a council member, the council has supported over 8,000 jobs in the city of Moreno Valley. That's a lot. The majority were warehouses. So I'm here to give a message, a dual message. It's very important for our youth to continue their education. If they want to provide a sustainable wage so that they can take care of their families and themselves, they must go for higher education, career tech work, whatever it may be. But in the meantime, Moreno Valley does have jobs that we can provide. So in regards to the World Logistics Center, the vote is out. It was 3-2, it passed. But you need to know something. People are a little confused because there was another vote that came in that the City Council was unanimous 5-0. It had to do with the Jobs Initiative. Many people think it was to circumvent the CEQA process. Many thought it was all about the World Logistics Center. And of course, the developer did put a lot of money into the volunteers that were out there collecting the signatures. But residents, I could not honestly sign a check for $274,000 for a special election to allow the people to vote for or against the Jobs Initiative when we all know this developer has a lot of money behind him and he will invest in sending signature gatherers out to your door as he always has. And we need to increase voter registration. We need to increase voter participation. Because if that does not happen, the same people will continually go to the polls and make decisions for all of us. So it's important that you know, we did not vote, the two that voted against the World Logistics Center did not have a second time to vote and vote 5-0. That was not the intent of that vote. But I could not use the taxpayers' money to pay for a special election, knowing and understanding that it was going to be another election opportunity for the developer to invest a lot of money to get signatures. And when they come to your door, they present it in a way that's beneficial to whoever is pushing the issue. So again, I saved you money. So did many of the other council members initially regarding Jobs Initiative. I think it's important for all of you to know that. I also want you to know, and this isn't a surprise, I have not verified this, so I want you to know this did not come from the developer. But I don't want anyone to be disappointed when we find out that the developer sells his property to other investors. He's told us he's going to go ahead and put logistics in there and provide 20,000 jobs. But I want you to know the land belongs to Mr. Benzivi. Ido Benzivi from Highland Fairview, it belongs to him. He can do whatever he wants to do based on what's already been approved by the city. So I want you to be prepared that it's possible the World Logistics Center will never come. If it comes, we'll deal with it. Again, it's a 20-year build out if he does hang on to the property. You need to understand that. So that's a lot of time to wait. So I want you to be aware of everything that's going on. And let me tell you, one of the things that encouraged me to get into my position was to promise to educate the residents of this community. I'm very visible on social media. I am very interactive with the residents. I go to your home. I don't need you coming to my office. I need to go where the problem is. And if you speak to many residents in District 1, which used to be District 5, and this is a point of education here, I want you to know that there was an expansion of District 5 into District 1. We've changed into 4 council members with a directly elected mayor. And we're making history here. So please, Monday, October 24th is the deadline to register to vote. We need everyone to come out and vote. And go to my Facebook page. I post everything that goes on in the city, and it's an opportunity for you to become educated to the future of this good city, Moreno Valley.
Thank you. Next question. Recently, there was some heated discussions at the city council meeting about campaign donations and conflict of interest. Could you please explain that?
Absolutely. Mayor Pro Tem Gaiba and I had been working on this for several months. We had been working on the issue that there's a lot of discussion about big money politics, that there's a lot of developers, there's a lot of opportunities out there that people are investing a lot of money in their candidates to pursue their future mission or goal. It's human nature that someone who receives a lot of money from whoever it may be will probably vote in support of a project that may come forward to the city council. Again, it's human nature. The intention was not to single out any one city council member. This is for all of us. Is it illegal? Absolutely not. Is it unethical? Absolutely. And this is what the people need to know about the conflict of interest. We started out with it being an ordinance. Then it went to a resolution, and the difference is who maintains accountability. Accountability for an ordinance is the city attorney. For a resolution is the city council. And so when it showed up on the agenda as a resolution, one of our city council members was extremely upset and felt that it was targeted towards him because he's actually received the most amount of money from Highland Fairview and all the different PACs under Ido Benzibi. So of course he felt he was being targeted. And he felt it was political based on the elections at this time. If we don't do this now, when will we? My future is not guaranteed to be your city council member on November the 9th. So it is extremely important that we bring it forward now. So our intention was not to take anyone's amendment rights to be able to donate to their council member of their choice in the amount that they would like. But they need to understand it comes with a price. And we were recommending that any donation over and above $500 that the council member would need to recuse themselves from the decision if there's any type of direct initiative, whether it be a project, whatever it may be, directly to the party who provided them with a campaign donation. So again, we're not taking anyone's rights away. It ended up being that there was discussion regarding conflict of interest. And very soon, and I will ensure that, we will have a study session to talk about this further.
How can someone reach you or learn more about you, LaDonna Jempson?
Well, thank you. Again, I'm going to emphasize that I'm very visible out in the community. Whatever is going on in the community, if it's absolutely possible and I don't have conflicting events, I'm there. So if you go to Jempson, the number 4, citycouncil.com, you will be able to see my webpage. More importantly, I'm very much an advocate of social media. So if you go onto my Facebook page, again, Jempson, FOR, City Council, then my Facebook page will pull up. And connected to that is my council member page, which is extremely important because if you want to see anything that's been going on in the city or anything future that will be coming, it's important to look at both. And also, I pick up my phone when someone calls. So my phone number is area code 951-243-8713. I welcome all of you. If you have any questions about who I am and what this future holds, please call me or send me an email.